Hey guys, it is Jimmy with Swiss Realty here, and in today's video, we're going to go over the most common questions that you guys have asked, a lot of you guys have asked when it comes to out-of-state investing. And what I'm going to do as an investor agent here in the Columbus, Ohio area is I'm going to answer the most common questions I've received, and I'm going to debunk them all, obviously. And again, just to remind you guys really quickly, my name is Jimmy with Swiss Realty here. I'm an investor agent. I help investors buy their next buy and hold, BRRRR, flip, short-term, mid-term rental here in the Columbus, Ohio area. I've done well over 20 million in terms of real estate sales in the last 2 years, so have tons of experience, especially when it comes to out-of-state investing. So let's go over some of these questions one by one. And again, these are the most frequent questions I've gotten a lot from my out-of-state investors. So first question I have gotten many times is number one, do I need to fly out there every time I'm interested in a property? So to answer this question, I would say absolutely not. I will be complete upfront with you guys and let you know that most of my clients haven't even stepped foot in Columbus, Ohio before, and some of my clients have this one client, he's based out in Salt Lake City, he's an actor, he is extremely successful in like what he does with the media industry, but he owns, I would say, probably 7 to 8 rentals here in Columbus, Ohio, and he has never once stepped foot in Columbus, Ohio. He hasn't even been here at all. He doesn't even know how the properties look in person because, again, he's never visited. So to answer this question, absolutely not. You do not need to fly out here to Columbus, Ohio every time you're interested in a property. And I would never expect you, the investor client, to ever do that. So what I mean by that is anytime we're interested in a property, let's say me as your investor agent, let's say I send over some, deals where I'm like, hey, hey, John, here's some really good, buy and hold properties, or here's some really good BRRRR properties. Then I'm going to send you these deals and I'm going to give you all the numbers you need. That's going to be the market rent. That's going to be the ARV comps, estimated renovation budget, my thoughts on why it's a really good deal. And I'm going to start sending these personalized deals over to you. After you analyze these deals and you're like, hey, Jimmy, this deal looks good, I'm really interested in this one. That's where I come in. And my job as a realtor is I want to bridge the gap as much as possible for you, the investor client, and for me, your investor agent. And I want to bridge the gap as much as possible because essentially what I do is I'm going to go walk these properties for you. And when I walk these properties for you, I'm going to go take a video walkthrough of the interior, of the exterior of the property. And on top of that, I'm going to also take a video walkthrough of the location as well too. And during my walkthrough, I'm going to give you my in-depth investor commentary. So what that means is I'm going to go walk the property. I'm going to be like, okay, we need all new LVP here. We need new paint here. There's some water stains on the roof right there, probably new roof. Windows right here, going to need repair or replaced here. So I estimate renovations to be at $30,000 or something along that line, But essentially my job as a realtor is I'm going to give you the full investor commentary when it comes to the scope of work, when it comes to the estimated renovation budget. And on top of that as well too, like I said, I'm going to take a 360 video of the neighborhood so you can kind of see the curb appeal, you can kind of see the vibe of the neighborhood, you can see how the cars look, is there any like debris, trash on the street, like how does the street look overall? So you'll see the full 360 picture when we analyze these properties together. And again, not even even if you don't use me as an investor agent, whichever real estate agent that you do use, they should be doing that for you 100% of the time. That is 100% a non-negotiable, especially if you're investing out of state. Second thing is I've never visited Columbus, Ohio. Or do I know the good or bad neighborhoods? Is this an issue? So what I will say is, again, I've gotten this question many times. I will let you know, number one, there's a lot of great tools online to kind of at least see it from like a how do I say this, from a high level perspective. So obviously, those are some of those tools are going to be, crime maps. Obviously, check out Google Maps, Google Street View. That's a huge thing I always recommend my clients to check out. On top of that, check out, neighborhood statistics on the demographics, on the income levels of people that live in those type of neighborhoods. And again, when I walk these properties for you, like I mentioned in my earlier response right there, I'm going to be taking a full video walkthrough of the location, of the neighborhood, so you can kind of see the full curb appeal of the property. And again, I'm going to be providing commentary. So I will let you know, and I will, during the walkthrough, I'm going to tell you, hey, there's a lot of trashy cars here, or there's a lot of debris on the street, or the curb appeal looks really good. The homeowners take care of their lawns here. I'm going to give you my commentary when it comes to kind of the location and how it looks overall as well too. So again, as an investor agent, my job is to bridge that gap as much as possible for you, the out-of-state investor. And again, whether it's me or another agent, they should be doing that as well too. Third question, how can I do due diligence when I am out of state? How will I know about the scope of work or the renovation budget in this case? So I will let you know, again, I can only talk about my processes and my procedures when it comes to working with my out-of-state investors, but I will let you know and this is what I personally guarantee to all my clients, okay, is that anytime we get under contract on a property and whenever I submit an offer for you on your behalf, I will always include, number one, a financing contingency, and number two, I will always include a inspection contingency as well too. So what a inspection contingency means is that you have 7 days to do any due diligence you want on the condition of the property. So that's when you can get a home inspection. That's when we can get another contractor come in and get us an itemized bid or a scope of work. That's when you can literally fly out here to Columbus, Ohio and check out the property together, and we can go again, walk the property together again. So again, any due diligence you want on the condition of the property, we can 100% do during that inspection contingency. So again, this is what I always recommend for all my clients is, again, once we get under contract, if you wanted to, fly out here to Columbus, Ohio, and we can walk the property again. You can get a home inspection done. We can, get another contractor bid if there's any major red flags. And this is what I personally guarantee all my clients is that if, let's say, the renovation budget comes in $20,000 or $30,000 more than what we expected, or let's say the home inspection comes back with a few major red flags, or something like that. Number one, we can renegotiate with the sellers. We can ask for seller credit. We can ask for remedies. We can ask for, a price reduction. There's many ways we can kind of go about this. So just because, again, we see some red flags or our numbers are off or it doesn't make sense anymore, we don't need to terminate right away. There's many ways that we can remediate this situation by again, coming with a solution that works for all parties, whether that's a price reduction, remedies, or again, a credit or something like that. Again, there's many ways to go about it. Number two is if, let's say, the scope of work is too much and you're like, hey, this is too much for me, especially for my first investment property or something along the lines of that, we can always terminate. That's what the inspection contingency is for, is that you always have a way out. You don't lose any EMD. There is no risk involved. Obviously, you're going to have to pay for a home inspection. That's obviously a few $100s, but it's part of the business. Not every deal is going to work out. And if you do terminate, that's totally okay. And again, as an agent, I would never peer pressure you into a deal that you weren't comfortable with. And the number three is if everything makes sense and everything looks good in terms of scope of work, in terms of the numbers, and everything else looks great, then obviously we'll let them know that we're good to go and we'll be good to close there. But again, unless you're 100% comfortable with the property, we won't close. That I can personally guarantee you. And what I will let you know is once we get under contract and once we're in our inspection contingency, we're going to be doing a ton of due diligence. And again, you are more than welcome to always, as an out-of-state investor client, to come out here to Columbus, Ohio, and see this all for yourself in person as well too. I always welcome that to all my clients. And then question number 4, how do I find my team of lenders, property managers, contractors? I don't know anyone. So again, this question many, many times I have received, and I will let you know that as an investor agent, that's what I'm here for, is that I'm going to connect you with my entire network here. And it's not just like an average Joe Schmo that I find off the street. It's people that I've used, my other clients have used many, many times. And it's people that I vetted very carefully. And for contractors, for example, I always make sure that they're licensed, bonded, and insured with the city of Columbus, Ohio. If I don't have their license and their paperwork, I would never even consider recommending them over to you. Same with lenders, property managers, contractors. Again, it's people that I've used and my other clients have used. And before I was even an investor agent myself, and again, I own rental properties myself, it's people that I've used for my own rental properties as well too. So again, it's people that I'm like, hey, I trust with my own rentals. Those are the people I will be sending your way. And then the very last question I have for this video is, do I need to sign closing docs from out of state? or do I need to fly out to Columbus, Ohio, to essentially do my closing documents in this situation? So I will let you know there's a concept called a mobile notary. So what that means is that you don't have to come to Columbus, Ohio to close on your property. I will let you know that most of my clients who are out of state, they do not come to Columbus to close on the property here. They do a mobile notary. So a mobile notary is someone who can, meet you wherever you're at. Whether you're in Alaska or in Arkansas or California or New York or something like that, a mobile notary will meet you wherever you're at, and essentially they will they will sign off on closing documents with you. So again, to answer your question, long story short, you do not need to come to Columbus, Ohio to close on your property. So again, you could do it anywhere in the United States. So again, super, super flexible. And most of my clients do not, come to Columbus to close on their properties as well too. But aside from that, that was all the, questions I answered today. These are, I would say, by far the most popular and the most frequent questions I've gotten, especially when it comes to out-of-state investing. But that is it. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Make sure to drop a comment. If you do have any comments or any concerns, I would love to kind of answer those for you guys as well too, if you have any follow-ups. But aside from that, thank you so much for watching my video today. Again, just to recap, my name is Jimmy with Swiss Realty. I help investors find their next buy and hold, BRRRR, flip, or short-term, midterm rental here in Columbus, Ohio. If you're looking for investment property, I would love to help with that. But aside from that, thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Bye.